There's an ongoing controversial issue that has to do with SEO and how Google treats website, and that is that website owners have had a very strong complaint that Google is stealing or at least not sending them the traffic that they deserve, because Google uses AI overviews for answers. In the past, Google used to use search box answers, which just provided answers without actually sending traffic to the websites that provided the answers. And of course, now Google is expanding all this because they're going to just provide more and more answers with AI. So there was an interview with the Google CEO who was challenged on these issues, and I want to walk you through his answers. And the article here says Google's CEO says AI overviews, website referrals are increasing. So of course, he's not going to say, we're stealing your traffic, ha ha ha. But let's see how he spins it and what we might objectively think about it. So the article starts by saying that Sundar Pichai said in an interview that AI overviews sends more traffic to a wider set of websites, insisting that Google cares about the web ecosystem and that he expects AI mode, which is going to look like ChatGPT but on Google, to continue to send more traffic to websites. This, if proves to be true long-term, is great for small businesses and mid-sized businesses, because in the past, Google used to prioritize billion-dollar companies, well-established brands, and smaller websites had a really hard time getting traffic. So this, it would seem, would prioritize traffic, and smaller websites would have much greater chance, which is great. Additionally, there was talk about AI agents and how they might impact e-commerce. For example, now, if you search Google, you just get some results. But in the near future, you don't have to just treat Google as a question-answer interface. You can tell it what to do and instruct it to perform further steps. Here's a little bit about it. You see where AI agents will search and make purchase decisions on behalf of customers. So on one hand, it's good because it will improve the search experience, save people time, etc. But on the other hand, e-commerce website owners are complaining because there's a concern that this will erode their ability to upsell and develop a further customer relationship. Like they might not be able to as easily collect email addresses or offer discounts or other things they fear. This is for a number of technical reasons, but also because in the past, you as a consumer physically had to go to a website and buy something. But if an AI agent, which is essentially software, buys something from you, then the consumer never gets to know about you. So you don't build that awareness in the consumer's mind about your brand. And if the AI agent never ends up buying, then the consumer never even ends up knowing that your brand was considered. And there were other questions in this interview, so I'll post the link in the resources of this video so you can read it on your own. It's pretty interesting. But the one thing I wanted to get to was this point here: search traffic and referral patterns. As website owners and as marketers, arguably this is what we care about the most. So the interviewer asked what his response is to people who say that AI overviews is crushing their business by not sending them traffic. Here's the answer. AI mode is going to have sources, as you know, meaning they won't just present information, but they will link to wherever they got that information. So a person who's searching can actually click on that link and go to the website. He says, we're very committed as a direction. Part of why we come to Google is to experience that breadth of the web. This is a little bit confusing because he's speaking, this wasn't edited, this is quoted, but he's saying that people come to the web to get a wide breadth of information from different sources. And so that's what Google wants to show to consumers, is also many options. So hopefully that placates any concerns that you might have about Google is stealing traffic. And yes, much of the traffic, even when the source of the information is presented and your website is kind of clickable, so people can look at that AI answer and then click on your website, many people just don't click it. So a lot of top of the funnel traffic doesn't end up going. Like if they have a question, they get an answer. What benefit is it to you if they came to your website, had a question and got an answer? Maybe it's even a negative because you had to pay for server fees. Maybe if you're running ads, you don't get the ad revenue, but many websites sell something. So if it's a top of the funnel traffic, they usually don't buy on the first time anyway, but they buy as they go on and do their research. Eventually, as they become better and better leads, they end up making their way to websites, or at least AI agents will. And if your products and content is the best or really good, Google will help you get traffic with higher quality, more engaged traffic, but maybe overall less. If it was only the blue links in search, obviously they would send you more traffic, which if you're making money with ads, of course you'd make more money with that. But if you need traffic to engage, I think the loss is not big and potentially even a win long term, because they're educating the traffic before the traffic decides to buy or the AI agent decides to buy.